All right, there we go. What's up? Whoa. What's up, everybody? I'm back, and in this video, I'm going to go over one of the questions that I get asked a lot, and it's to compare the Pyranha kayaks Ripper medium to the Dagger kayaks Rewind medium. I've been paddling both these boats a lot, so I've got a lot of experience in both of these models where not many people do. They're either one or the other. But this is a question I get asked a lot, so I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys and let you kind of know my thoughts and opinions on what the Ripper's more suited for and what the Rewind's suited for. Well, right away, let me get into the specs of each one. So we'll start out with, say, what do I have pulled up? Let me start out with the specs of each one. So the Rewind comes in, this is off of Dagger's website, 8'9", 25.5 inches wide, 67 gallons of volume, boat weight 43 pounds, paddler weight 140 to 220. The Ripper medium specs for Pyranha is 9 foot long. It's 24.5 inches, which makes a world of difference, by the way. That's where you're going to see the biggest difference. Cockpit sizes, don't worry about that. It's just got a very long cockpit on it. It's 37 inches long, by the way, where Dagger's is 34. So, let's see. Gallons, 62 gallons of volume, which is interesting because it's a 9-foot boat and it's 62 gallons of volume instead of a 67-gallon volume in an 8'9" boat. Weights 44 pounds. They're pretty similar on weight. Paddler weight range for Pyranha Ripper is 143 to 198 pounds. That's the specs. I wanted to pull up the specs, but I'll have both the specs here on the screen. We'll take those down. And I just wanted to go over with you guys kind of the benefits and the pros and cons of each model. Let's see. What I'll start out with is I'm going to start out with first the bow on each one. And I don't know if you can see it that good in the video, but the Rewind has a very high rockered bow, by the way. It's a very high rockered bow where the Ripper doesn't have as much rocker in the bow. It gets its rocker from stern loading a lot and getting over things. The Rewind, you can stern load and still get it up even higher and get over things, but the stern is a little more playful. And as far as river running, so we'll start out with river running first. River running is a very interesting thing to me because if it's kind of creaky, I think the Rewind excels at steeper creeks where now given both of these can do both really well, just one excels in one category better than the other. But as far as river running, I have these boats rated about the same. It's just different styles. The Ripper gets its river running capabilities from loading the stern and getting up and over things. And its length, it's really fast. It's a really fast downriver boat. And I really like paddling this downriver because of its speed and zippiness around. The Rewind is fast, but not really fast. It's not as fast as the Ripper, but it kind of has that ability to overcome that stern load and get up over things and come off of drops a lot better. And let me show you guys the hull. So this goes along with river running. On the river running, the Ripper has this hard edge here right down through there, and that edge helps with the ability to zip around the river a lot better than the Rewind. This Rewind's pretty tough. I've had it for a couple years, but I don't know if you guys can see, the difference in those. You can see the difference in these edges right here. This is a harder edge right there, where this is more like a bi-level, kind of like it drops down and then smooths off. And that's kind of like Dagger's kind of go-to right there. And what that does, that makes it just more predictable around river. This one's a little more aggressive paddling down river. I really like the way this boat paddles, the way this hull performs over this hull. I would have added more rocker to it. The only drawback, I would have widened this up and added a little more rocker up there, and I think that would have really changed the way this hull paddles very well. It does have these little wave deflectors up here that seem to work really well. I wish they were more aggressive. This is a very flat area here, no wave deflectors, but it does come up and over drops pretty good. I really like both boats. I like them both the same as far as river running. So river running, kind of creeking, I give them almost a tie. Yeah, it's just different styles of paddling. You're going to have to pick and choose your style. A more aggressive downriver carvy play river runner, go with this. If you want a less aggressive, kind of like getting up and overdrops, go with the rewind. Playing in general, surfing, this boat is amazing for surfing. It's that narrow hull with those edges on it. It just carves up a wave, feels like I can stay on a wave, and the lack of rocker, it just stays on the wave a lot better than the rewind. The rewind seems to want to squash out on waves. Now, given it's still a good surfing boat, don't get me wrong, but we're comparing these two boats, and in this comparison, I think this is a better surfing boat than this boat, and that's just because of like playing around on a wave. Stern squirts, here's another area. So this is where there's a drastic difference between these two models. Splats and stern squirts are like, if I had to rate them from 1 to 10 on river running, I would do both of them a 9 on river running. If I had to do creeking, I would go a 9 and an 8. If I had to do like downriver, like surfing or just surfing moves, I would do a 10 and an 8. And if I had to do stern squirts and splats up on rocks and stern squirting 80 lines and all that, I would give this a 7 and this a 9. This one's extremely better at stern squirts. It's way more balanced. They're both pretty good balance. The problem with these boats is, if you look right here, this area on the Ripper is a lot wider and rounded off. And this area here is more narrow and comes to a sharp point. And that gives that ability to kind of like get up into the splats a lot better. And I really like this. And it's got, their width back here is about the same. It's just this is a longer stern than this one, and it's really thinner and easier to get down. This boat splats and squirts a lot, and stern. This boat will splat and stern stall a lot better than this one. So yeah, stern stalls, what'd I say, a 7? A 7, but you can do it. You can do it. You just need a different technique and more of a stern load. And this is probably a 9, maybe a 9.5. I really like the way this stern plays. The problem is that this one will have a tendency to go up and vertical over with you more than this one. This one doesn't have that tendency to come through things and go up and over and vertical on you. Safety's almost identical. They both have step-out pillars in them. They both have really good outfitting. The Dagger is a little better comfort-wise for outfitting. I mean, I can't get over the Contour Ergo outfitting. It's amazing. It works really well. It's a little better than the Stout 2 outfitting. But with those thigh grips in there, I was really impressed. Once I added those extra thigh hookers in there, once I got a couple of hookers in this boat, it paddled so much better. Hip pads were not as good. Hip pads in this is way better. Leg lifter, game changer. I mean, leg lifter worked. Let's see what else. Back bands slipped in that, but I really like the ratchets. Ratchets on this are good. They're plastic, but the back band is bomber in that. Nice grab handles. The grab handles are nicely placed, easy to clip onto, easy to grab a hold of. So the grab handles are nice. Dagger has a really nice one. Pyranha has even more beefier, thicker ones, but they're both really nice. Into molded in inserts. Both the outfitting's a little clunky. There's a little too many holes, a little too much going on in it, but bulkheads are the same. So outfitting, they're kind of about the same. I would rate them both like an 8 on outfitting. They're both kind of pretty good as far as outfitting goes. I like them both on outfitting, really good. So I know what you guys are wanting to know. Which one would I paddle if I had to choose just one? If I can't. I really can't. It's really hard. It's really dependent on where I'm paddling and what I'm paddling for that day. They're both really good. I've grown to really like the Ripper as far as a downriver, kind of like zipping in and out of things where I'm not playing that much. And then if it's more play, I would be in the rewind. Say if it's like an Ocoee type day, I'm doing the rewind. If it's kind of like maybe a Nolichucky type day, big water, I'm going to be in this one. I'm going to be in this one on the big water. I'm going to be in this. Either one can do either one. So I can kind of go, yeah, so in closing thoughts, which one, what does what? If you're looking for more of a zippy surfing kind of like splat here and there, and you've already tuned in your stern squirt's pretty good, you've got a really strong stern squirt, go with the Ripper. I think you'll really like that choice if you're going with the Ripper as far as like splats, stern squirts, and you've got a really good downriver platform for working those 80 lines, zipping back and forth across those rivers really fast and smooth, and you want a lot of speed. I could use this in a race. This boat I could use easily in a race and feel good about it because it's very narrow and it's 9 foot long and it'll go fast. It'll hang in there with Phantoms, Phantoms, 9R2s, Nirvanas. It'll hang in there with the best of them. You might get jangled in a few spots because of the tail, but I would be fine with that boat. The Rewind's going to be more downriver play, more splats, more stern stalls, more kind of, you can definitely loop it better. It's a better looping boat. It's a little shorter, so it's got a shorter, it's a little shorter, so it's not as fast. So yeah, you're gonna be surprised on how slow this boat is. It's not as fast as I want it to be. And that's because I'm coming out of the Ripper. When I come out of the Ripper and I get back in the Rewind, I realize how damn slow the Rewind is. That's pretty much my comparison of Rewind versus Ripper. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll do more videos on like this. I'm going to do a video on breaking down all of the half-slice boats I paddled, and I'll kind of give comparisons of each one, just trying to figure out how to do it and how I should kind of format it. You guys leave in the comments below which boat you choose. If you paddle both, let me know which one you like better, because I'm always liking what you guys have to say as far as like which one do you prefer. Do you prefer the Rewind over the Ripper? Do you prefer the Ripper over the Rewind? Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. There we go.